Hello, everybody on YouTube. This is TorontoUnicorn here. I am freshly off a joint and in a cute little outfit and kind of wanted to hang out. So I hope that I catch some of you while you're online, and whoever doesn't, I hope you get to see the replay. I am in the mood to hang out with my friends and fans, and I say the word fan affectionately, by the way. I mean, some people have an issue with that word, but for me, I'm like, oh, I love that you love my content. So yeah. Anyways, I wanted to actually hang out and have an interactive live stream with you guys. So it's not going to just like me yammering the whole time. If you want to play a game, it's called the intrusive question game. And I made it up basically in the pool at Oasis as a way of getting people to interact with one another and be interested in thought-provoking conversation, because nothing bores me more than small talk. And if someone's trying to get my attention anywhere in life, asking me about the weather or something, they've lost so many points they have no idea, because small talk to me is like nails on a chalkboard. I find it so fucking boring, almost unbearably boring, that I wouldn't be able to even date somebody if they engaged in small talk. You know what I'm saying? I need somebody who has meaning and shit into the conversations we have. I don't know, just something about, I don't like talking for the sake of I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, if you would like to play, hello, Ray. Of course, I'm happy to see you. You always are so fast to be on top of my content, and I really do notice and appreciate it. Hello, Burps. It's nice to see you too. If you guys want to play a game called Intrusive Questions, put a comment in the chat saying I do. And then we'll go around, and I'll go first, and I'll answer the question that I ask. And then I want you guys to comment your answer so that I can read them out loud, and we'll play a game. And it's as if we're like hanging out, right? So yeah, so I hope that hello, Alan. I hope that you do participate. So please, yep, I see a few people are saying they're going to participate. Hello, Raven is here. If anybody has any questions for R, this is the time. Yes, okay. So I'm going to start by the first question. So I like to call them intrusive questions because the word intrusive gets people interested. If I'm like, do you want to play a game? They're like, probably not. You know, and I'm in their inner world. They're probably not. But because I'm like, do you want to play an intrusive question game? They're like, well, wait a second. I just want to know what this is, right? So then you kind of get them engaged, and it goes to show that your first reach out to somebody is very important. That's what some people get wrong with online dating. They literally are like, oh, I'll just say, hey, hello, beautiful. And then when she's so interested that she responds, then I'll show her I'm charming. No. Show her you're charming. Don't use, hey, how are you, beautiful. It's very boring in a dating dynamic. Anyways, yeah, so the intrusive question game was born that way, as a way of getting somebody to be like, okay, sure, I'll play a game. And then what I do is I come up with something in my head of something that is interesting to ask somebody that would be like kind of out of the box thinking, and go around and let everybody answer. And I've found it's so bonding, because you get to know what other people are into. You also get to see where there's commonalities and potential matches. And so I really love playing this game at sex clubs. Okay. Everybody who's playing, make sure you put in the comment, I want to play, or I'm playing. And then when I ask the question, I would like you to go and put a comment in the chat. Okay. Okay. All right. Question number 1. And I'm actually going to type it also, because I think that is very fair, but I will not be able to type and talk normally. I am just not that fucking gifted. Okay. Let's just be clear. I have ADHD after all. I could see something shiny and be gone in 5 seconds. Okay. Question 1. This is something that I usually ask as the number 1 question. And I want to keep it a bit clean because we're on YouTube. So if you could be cute about your answer, let's try to do it that way. But I want to know, what is the genre of porn you most watch? All right. And I want people to answer. And again, this is YouTube. We're not going to be saying really terrible things on here that'll get me in trouble. But we're going to play a fun, lighthearted game. So I'll go first and answer the question. Mine is, there's a few, okay? but mostly I watch Painall, which is painful. For some reason I get more interested in that kind of thing the more I went down that rabbit hole. So I am actually on a break from porn. I had to take the month of December off as a test to see if I could reduce my desensitization. Believe it or not, it can happen. So I'm taking a bit of a break. So people need breaks sometimes. It's not the end of the world. Now I have to fantasize in my head. So I'm like literally going through a roster of like, okay, what can I imagine? And like almost like a Tinder where I'm like flip, maybe. So then I started fantasizing about some guy I haven't fucked yet. And he doesn't know that yet. So now suddenly I have all these like ideas. I'll let him know when I see him. Hopefully soon. Okay. Okay, so let's read some answers. Okay, so some of these, just so you know, some of your comments might be filtered initially by the moderator set. I will release them if they're, yeah, perfect. I'll release them because I'm not offended most of the time. Just don't call me bad names and we're gonna be okay. Okay, yeah, no, Ray, I'm on a porn break too, man. I'm totally with you on that. Okay, let's answer. All right, so Burp says male, female. Okay, I'm sorry, that sounds so generic to me. I'm like, is it just like boy, girl? Like, what is it? Like, is it just like sex in general? Or do you like, yeah, like I want to know like why people are like, oh yeah, I really like that. Okay, Janet says Asian. So by the way, I'm not good at pronouncing names very well. I'll do my darndest, but I'm not very good. I also speak fast, and I'm not sorry that I speak fast. I've always spoken fast. If you want to change the playback speed on your YouTube videos, you absolutely can. You can set me to 0.75 speed so that I talk like this and you can follow. I won't be able to do that in natural life. So if you could have that option, it's available to you. It was life-changing when I learned this because some people talk too slow for me. And so I was able to speed them up. Okay, let's keep going. Ray says interracial. Okay, all right. That's common. Raven says old, young. Oh, that's interesting. Raven, can I ask a follow-up? Is it a specific gender that's usually the old? Or is it the older male? Or is it older female? Or does it matter? Alan says number 1 is amateur, mature. Okay, so what is it about mature that you like? And I love to drill into this because I think I know why, but I want to know why. Patrick says cream pie or casting porn. Okay, yes, I started off with casting. That was when I was like new to porn and I was like, oh, there's a girl who wants a job. And anyways, okay, Burps, gosh, you're all twisted AF. Just kidding. Yeah. Well, that's what's interesting is because we're in an environment of the sexual sex positive lifestyle is a non-judgmental environment. And so they have this saying called don't yuck somebody else's yum. Let me say that again. Don't yuck somebody else's yum. And what that means is if somebody has a kink that they mention and we're not interested, we don't get to yuck it. We don't get to be like, ew. As long as it's like legal, you know what I'm saying? We can just be like accepting that people are different. And so that's what I really love about this lifestyle is that I may not be personally into some of these genres and I'm not going to think any differently of people because they watch it. And I just think it's fascinating. Okay, let's keep going. Mr. Dynamite says old young. Okay, you and Raven need to chat. Maybe you could share some good, your top favorite clips or something. Not on here, please. Do not share a porn clip on my YouTube channel. No. All right. So, Ray says I'm on a porn break. I am also on a porn break. I totally get it. I had to open a link today. So I pay a service to take down any website that basically advertises. They've got like, my naked pictures online and stuff. Like I pay, they're all like virus sites. They don't really have my content, but I still pay a service to take them down and stuff. And so I ended up having to click on some links that took me to porn sites today. And I was like, oh no, I'm not allowed to look. Oh no, my virgin eyes. So I had to quickly exit, but it was funny because I'm like, yeah, I'm on a break. I'm not allowed. Okay, let's keep going. Gary says amateur cuckold. All right. I like that too. I think I could enjoy that as well. Ray says, I'm doing an OF break as well. Yeah. You know what, Ray? I mean, I totally get it. Burp says, okay, I'm out of my shell. Cream pies there. I said it. Yeah. So there is certain, I'm not going to say bad words on here right now, but like there's certain hardcore blowjob porn that they have like a cum shot in the eye and I have to like turn it off before then, but sounds like that's what you'd like enjoy. But for me, I'm like, I would never want to come shut in the eye. Just saying. All right. So R says old man, young lady. Okay. All right. Interesting dynamic. Okay. Fireman Mike, hello. Gary Wilson says MMF. So you know that that's 2 bi males and a female, right? I'm assuming. So that's exciting. That sounds like a fun, because there's so many scenes that you could look up with that. All right. I'm going to hit that one. Okay. So this other person who I can't pronounce their name says amateur MILF hardcore. Well, that's specific. So how do I, your porn video? Just kidding. I do have a fan page. You're welcome to click on that. The link is on, it's on my profile, TorontoUnicorn.com, whatever. I do have some content there, but I don't do porn. I do not. I respect porn. I just don't do porn. I just have a few little videos. All right, let's keep going. So that was a very fun question. Are you guys having fun answering the questions? Because I'll just keep going. Okay, there's something about the sperm see the eye as an egg and it becomes bloodshot very quickly. Oh, that's interesting. Are you a scientist by any chance? Because that would be like interesting if scientists had like ideas about things that were like molecules and stuff, Are you really? You are. Holy shit, isn't that fascinating? Oh, I totally understand it now. Look at that. You just saw my psychology degree get shown off. Just teasing. Okay, here's question number 2. I'm going to write it in the chat. Question 2. Now, I haven't actually thought of it yet, so I have to come up with it fast. Now, this one's going to be, okay, what are you exceptional at in bed? Okay? Meaning, don't write anything hardcore on my channel. This is a social media channel. But like, what is something that you personally are like, yeah, I could stack up against the best of them and feel good about it, I don't know what act it is, or is it like your intimacy? Is it your kissing? Is it your stamina? Is it your girth? Like whatever it is, let me know. Okay, so Ellen explained that mature because it's nice to see sexuality at an age when you're not so insecure and you know what you really want. And mature because pro porn is so scripted and predictable. Amateur is real. Yeah, I don't like scripted porn at all. Not at all. I love what you said there, Ellen, and I'm going to emphasize it. Mature because it's nice to see sexuality at an age when you're not so insecure and you know what you really want. That is the feedback that our sexual partners as women in our 30s, 40s, 50s get, is that, holy shit, you guys actually are comfortable in sex. You're comfortable asking for what you want. The men tell us they feel a bit more comfortable with women like that because otherwise they're a bit more insecure. And it's true. I did not have sex the same when I was in my 20s. I was more insecure. I cared a lot more about whether I had a roll in my tummy showing than I did about whether it was feeling good. Now I really have just gotten really comfortable in my body and really comfortable in who I am and what I like and what I don't like. And so now when you're able to help somebody help you, give you what you want, the sky is the limit, Okay, so the question was, what are you exceptional at in bed? And Ray said eating. Fantastic. All right, that's good to put on their little dating resume. R said you should know, you've seen it up close. It's true. I will tell you that R does not gag giving blowjobs. I'm just saying, I'm a little jealous, but she does not gag. R says, Ray says I'm the best. Burp says missionary grinding because I'm a runner. Stamina. Okay, that's good. Kissing and grinding like a family in high school. I gotcha. I loved those days when you'd make out all night with some guy that you like for me, it was like some guy I liked, and like you like didn't even have sex or anything, but like you just like rubbed up against each other. Like I would just love those times. Okay. So Alan said, oral to women and whispering sexy, dirty little nothings in their ear. That's fantastic. I love men that communicate with their words in the right way. Like, don't call me, for example, like if I tell you in advance, like not to call me a slut, but to call me a good girl, and then in the middle of sex you call me a slut, like that's not good. That's not cool. So you got to be good at what you call people in sex. All right. So, are you guys anyone who's watching can play? Just write your answer in the chat to any of the questions you'd like to answer, and I will read them out, and we'll all get to know each other. Patrick says I can sense the rhythm of a partner's body. That's fantastic, because if you can read someone's body, you don't need them to be the vocal communicator of what they need, and they can relax into the experience more. So that's fantastic. I don't think I answered this question. So I'm exceptional. I would say, because I'm a swinger and I see a lot of sex, I suddenly don't feel as exceptional at everything, because I see people who are faster, can take more, can take it longer, can take it harder. Like, I've seen, there's just so much variety out there. So ever since then, I've really gotten more humbled about my own abilities, because I'm like, well, I'm really stacking up against some real talent out there. So anyways, I would say that I do enjoy sensual blowjobs. Are one of my favorite things, especially if you've ever watched one of my videos called like Cock Worship is Real, you'll see what I'm talking about. There's something that happens to me when I become sexually interested in a man's, you know what? You'll have to see the video. You can see my face right now. Something happens to me. I told you, even in older videos, I used to get high with my friends when I was much younger, and like go and like just start sucking their D's in the woods. Like I just, there's something about a guy who I like's dick that like I've become servitude to. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, R says I'm a good screamer. Yeah, it's true. And it's funny. I made myself scream alone yesterday in my apartment when I was playing, because I'm taking a break from porn. I had to like do things the old fashioned way and like fucking use my memory to fantasize. And I have to fantasize. Otherwise it's just physical. It's not enough for me. Maybe that's because I'm demisexual. I don't know. But I actually produced my own orgasm that was shockingly loud. And I was like, well, normally it's not that loud. So I'm telling you, there's something to this porn break where I'm forced to like experience my own body a little bit differently. And I'm getting in touch with like even guys I like again, like guys I haven't even slept with and I'm thinking about more. And I'm like, okay, this is fun. I haven't like fantasized about a guy I kind of want to sleep with in a while. So that's kind of fun. All right, I'm going to keep reading. DJ Slim says, hello, DJ Slim. Look at my nice wall. Does everyone see how nice my blue wall is? It used to be yellow, in case anybody didn't notice. This used to be a yellow wall. My friend DJ Slim helped me paint that, and I look like more professional now. So that's very nice. Okay, so our Ray says this is part of the swinger lifestyle. That is weird. What is part of it? I don't know. Burp says, I'm going to develop talent at pinning a gal's hands over her head against the wall. Why? Because TU says, hell yes. I'm telling you, that video gets me in so much trouble. But if a man, I know you're not going to be able to see my head, but if a man were to see the wall, literally like this, it takes a level of surrender for us, and submission can start really quick. And then it can become almost like an arousal light switch. Like, it's very effective, but like that feeling of, oh yes, take me. Oh my, I can't, anyways, I almost said something naughty, but I'm not on my fan page. I gotta be careful. Okay, so let's keep thinking. It's true though, Burps, and I do get some comments about that video about guys thinking they're gonna go to jail if they have rough sex with women. And I'll address that as much as I can, but there's women who like and want rough sex, and they can consent to it. If you're a man who is too afraid of that, then that's fine, but we'll be able to find it with other men. So, yeah, I've never regretted consent. You know what I'm saying? I've never taken back consent, even if I had a bad fuck. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't know if there's that much to be worried about, even though I know that some men are really sensitive about the risk there. All right. Okay. So Patrick says, nice dress. Thank you very much. Oh, Raven, did you see that you got a rose from Burps? That's so sweet. Yeah. So, would you like a third question? All right. So question number 3. All right. What are you least good at in bed? All right. So my least, I don't know how to finish that sentence correctly, and Raven's on here, so she'll get mad if I do wrong. So I'll just back up. What are you least good at in bed? Yeah, sleeping. Wow, that's funny. I am least good. Yeah. I'm still thinking because there's a few things that I'm like, well, maybe not. Like I'm having my own deliberation. So if anyone else wants to answer, you're welcome to in the chat. So anybody can play. Just answer the questions. Ray says laying still. Oh, I totally get it. I have ADHD too. I've watched my videos before on fast forward, just like really fast, just to see whatever. And I'm like, like it's so funny because I don't sit still. Oh, you're not good at being safe. Oh, I gotcha. I've got to say though, the right condom can make the world of difference. Don't just use any old willy-nilly condom. You fit your dick with the right one, and then you carry them everywhere. Magnum Original. When in doubt, Magnum Original has never let me down. It's just a little bit bigger than normal condoms, so most guys who have a bit of a girth, they actually enjoy it more than most condoms, and it's not like it hangs off or anything, so I just think don't treat your dick with like the free condoms, like spoil it with maybe a large size one, because frankly it's way less stress to put that on your dick. All right. I love it. Gary's giving you beers, Raven. That's funny. See, I like that we get to hang out. And that's why I wanted to do a Discord server. But Ray, I think I'm going to have to talk to you about that because I need a moderator for that. I'm not going to be able to do that. I am so exhausted with all of my current entrepreneurial initiatives. And so I just don't have that. But I would love for I like to use the word fans as an affectionate word, even though I got somebody to use it. Anyways. But I think that you guys all have maybe some interest in chatting with one another, even if I'm not here, right? So I think that maybe if I could create a Discord server where people could go and hang out at any time, like you could even like use your voice and stuff there, like that would be pretty cool. So, okay, so let's keep reading. There's so many. I love that you guys are having a chat fest over here. That's good. Okay, so Patrick says being safe with condoms, and then Ray says, yeah, it's very common. It is very common. I'm telling you, it is very common. You have to get the right condom for your dick, and there is one. And if your dick flat out can't handle it, then you're gonna need to have really, in my opinion, less partners, because they're not everyone's. I actually had a recent experience where a man tried to have sex with me without a condom, and I was like, no. And he's like, well, I'm clean and I pull out well. And I was like, no. Like, it doesn't matter. It's not about whether you pull out. It's not about whether you think you're clean. It's about whether I feel comfortable, and the answer is no. So you have to just be good at it. And so what I recommend sometimes, if for a swinger, I mean, is that you just you practice like jerking off in it. Like you actually practice at home, because you can build up a level of comfort once you've done something a lot. And look at it like a fucking Olympic sport. This is sex. Don't leave things to chance, man. Practice, come prepared with the right one, with the right lube, whatever works, All right. And then Raven said, at least I'm good at being on top. Knee problems. Oh, I totally get it. I am very much an advocate of ergonomic sex. I've seen gangbangs look painful for people because their wrists were like in their knees, and like it's not like it is in their fantasy when suddenly your knees are buckling and it's not as fun. So if you can find yourself in a better, more ergonomic position where you don't get carpal tunnel trying to please men, everyone goes home happier, Okay, so then DJ Slim said, that's trial and error. Burp said, interesting, Raven. I can relate. DJ Slim, boo, Raven, you're no fun. Right? At least I'm good at being on bottom. I know I mumble a bit. As I said, you can slow down my speed of speaking if that really bothers you, but I will try not to also. All right. Raven says it's fun, Slim. You know it, and I know it. All right. You guys are having a side convo. You do you. Burp says, Discord would be great because we can ask personal questions, advice to an open experience audience. Many of us have no place to ask in real life. That's true. That's great. Burps, are you familiar with Discord? Like, do you have any experience with it? And then Ray says, that's right. If you're going to swing, get used to a condom. It's true. Alan says, no means no. It's true. No means no. Don't make me say it twice. DJ Slim says, yeah, I think the worst is things are getting good and then cramp up and get a Charlie horse. It's true. And there is a lot of pressure and expectation on men to perform well. And only when Raven had to use a strap on a woman did she realize how much it, like, literally, like, it's, let's back up a bit here. It's a constant motion. Like, and that's just, it's just, you know, it's bravo. It takes some stamina. Gary says, I don't mind being on top, Raven. Burp says, I have a little Discord experience as a user, but I don't have a channel per se. Gotcha. Okay. Discord is great. I use it a lot every day. Okay, Ray, we'll have to chat about that. Well, I actually have a Discord already. I claimed it, just like I've claimed TorontoUnicorn on a lot of pages I don't have built up yet because I claimed like the URL, right? So I have a Discord server. I just don't know what to do with it. And I don't necessarily have the capacity in my brain to want to learn about how to build it up. I just need somebody who almost like helps me with it. You know what I'm saying? As a submissive, not a submissive, sorry, that's not the right word, as an active service for TorontoUnicorn. Good boy stuff. Okay. Strap on was a lot of freaking work. It really was. It really was. Here, let me see if I can find the link to my Discord. I do. It's probably just called TorontoUnicorn. Can you check, Ray? Oh, you're never mind. You're watching. I'm pretty sure. Let me figure out a way to invite you to it. But I definitely have. I have a server, TorontoUnicorn. I just don't know what to fucking do with it. So I've never done anything in it. So I just need someone to help me so that I can make use of it. I already have it. Anyways, so I'm going to do one more question. And then if you guys want to keep playing, we can keep playing again. But I just want to keep people interested if they're interested. All right. So question 4 is coming. Question 4. Wait, did I answer? What am I least good at? I think I'm least good at being quiet. I am not good at not making sounds in sex. So I'm not somebody you want to fuck with your parents above you in the next floor. Okay, question 4. Let me see. Pet peeves in sex. I want to know what is something that you find to be a pet peeve, something that's an annoyance or like an irritant. For me, I don't like it when people who use their fingers in you have rough or dirty fingernails. I'm not going to show them up close, but like you really just need to not have jagged edges at all. There's a thing called a nail file. If you don't have one, you can get totally hooked up at like any drugstore. You can just do and be okay. Test it on your hand. Make sure it doesn't feel rough. I don't know how many times a man has cut me because he had a jagged fingernail. So it's not like a good memory. You know what I'm saying? So that's my pet peeve. So yeah, feel free to drop them in the chat. Anyone who's watching can answer. And yeah. All right. I don't like when men spit on my already wet pussy. No gross double spitting, please. Yeah. Yeah. Why do men do that? Okay. Getting bit or scratched, says DJ Slim. Okay. Yeah, that's true. Because some people just assume people like it. And they're just like, and yeah, some people don't. Alan says for unclean peeps. Yeah. So like lack of hygiene is something that a lot of people say. And it's true. If I didn't like the way someone smelled, there's no way I'm going to be enjoying something like that. Patrick says a girl laying there doing nothing is my pet peeve. Yeah. I've heard that from a lot of guys. Burp says, oh, okay, Raven. They do that. Huh? Weird. Okay. Bad breath, says Gary. Yeah, that's true. Yes, bad pheromones. Bad matched pheromones is no one necessarily has bad pheromones, but maybe badly matched one. Yeah, no, it's getting scratches on your back. Yeah, it's true. And it's funny because I used to have sex just like, I used to just do it because I was like, oh, they must love it. I saw it in a video or some guy told me once. But it's true. We have to ask our partners what they like before we just assume they like it. It's just very important to be a good lover. So, yeah. So keep the answering coming. You are welcome to answer more than once if you've got another one. I think I do have a few more. One of my other, I think it must be Daisy's food time soon. She's watching her, oh, you can't see. She's watching her food dish. Oh, it is. I think it's at 11. And she knows, her body clock knows when it's like about to go off. So you'll see her jump in a minute, in like 10 minutes. Anyways, I like sweaty, says, but clean sweat. Yeah. I once had a guy, sorry, I got something in my eye. I once had a guy who was really sweaty on top of me, and he was dripping on me, and I literally like opened my mouth and took it on my tongue because I was like, it's hot, it's fine, you know. That's how you make people comfortable too. So anyone who's living in Toronto knows that we have a little bit of a snowstorm, not so much a lot of snow, but more like freezing rain and all that jazz. And like I won't be going outside today, or maybe even not even tomorrow. We'll see. Okay, great. So Raven has a question to ask. That's good. What do you like in sex that you are rarely, if ever, ask for? That you rarely, if ever, ask for. So let me read that again. What do you like in sex that you rarely, if ever, ask for? Okay, what do you like? I like dirty talk. And if a guy doesn't offer it up, I don't just sit there yammering on my own. But if a guy engages me, I'll be the dirtiest of talkers. Like, it just comes out of me. I'm just very vocal, especially when I'm horny. So I just wish that they would engage back sometimes. And I get some people don't know how to dirty talk. And like, I do have a video on how to dirty talk. So that's something. But yeah, I do get disappointed when they just like don't talk back, even though I'm like, oh, it tastes so good. Like say something, you know? All right. No snow near the lake in Etobicoke. Oh, okay. Yeah, we had it was pretty gross out here today. Okay, he answered the question. What do you like in sex that you get to ask? Okay. So Patrick says my ass fingered, I'll never ask, but if a woman does it while giving me head, blowjob, it's out of the world. Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna lie. I love that kind of stuff. I'm big into that kind of stuff, especially with a man. Like I like doing it to men too. So that's cool. I like when I know a man is into it because then I'm more likely to explore. But some men get really upset if you touch their bum like that. So you have to ask. You always gotta ask. All right. Any other answers for that one? Anyone else? I mean, I think that I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I want to suck their D longer than they let me. I understand sometimes they just want to like they're afraid they're going to come or something. But sometimes I really do enjoy giving blowjobs a lot, and like I feel like it's sad when it's like kind of like over, you know. Anyway. Okay, Raven says, Patrick, my advice is to ask for it because I would never intrusively go there without an invite. That's very good advice, Raven. Very good. So yeah, you could even just hint to it and be like, yeah, there's no holds off limits, like something like cute, you know. Raven says, I like to have my wrists or legs held down. Interesting. Well, we recently held her legs back for her while she had sex, I think. And that was interesting because that must be a really interesting feeling to be held by people while you're being railed. Like I was just like holding it, talking to Amelia, right? But yeah, anyways, I do have something in my eye. Raven, it's a golden shower. Oh, interesting. There's a lot of people into that kind of stuff. I'm not personally into it, but there's such a genre for it. Yeah, that was hot, wasn't it? Okay, that's good feedback. Because like I really, yeah, I want to be that girl once. I want to be the center of attention once when someone's holding my hands back and I'm getting plowed, and it's just like I'm like the center of the little gangbang or something. That would be fun. Ray says, but it's like a button, press it, play with it, but don't break the plane. It's funny. Yeah. All right. So anyone else want to ask a specific question that's, appropriate for YouTube? If not, I'll come up with one more and then I'll probably call it a night because we've been on here for a while. Anybody want to drop one in? If not, I'll come up with one. I'm going to think about it right now. It's fine. All I can think about is the fucking leftover pizza in my fridge. I'm like, I really want it, but I won't eat it on camera. I learned that the hard way in my first viral video when I was chewing while I'm talking about fucking sex on the internet. Anyways, all right. So that was Raven's question. So now I'm gonna do mine is technically question 5 of mine. Okay, so I'm gonna write the question, and this is what we're gonna end on tonight. Okay, so this one is. Okay, I'm gonna do a more of a personal question. Okay. What is the number one thing you get out of my videos, journals? Yeah. I want to know what you connect with about my content the most. I'm going to answer 2 because I am also connected to my content. What I like is that I have always been this girl. I have always been the one to say an inappropriate comment, inappropriate in their opinion, not in my opinion sometimes. I've always been a bit of a loudmouth. I've always been a comedian wherever I went. I've said the thing out loud that other people don't say, but I never was rewarded for it by society that much. And so, I really do appreciate with my channel and my content being shared with a specific audience of people who like it, is that it makes me feel more comfortable in my own skin when people are finally accepting of me the way I am, and not that I had to finally assimilate into vanilla culture in order to thrive. Like I felt the chains of mainstream society over me. I don't ever, I'm never going to be domesticated. I'm never going to cook myself some rice and chicken and broccoli at night. Like, I'm just not. I'm never going to live with a white picket fence and some kids. Not for me. I've just chosen a life that's very different, and I've gotten a lot of people questioning me or looking at me a little weird, but in this lifestyle. And then when I bonded with people through my channel, it was a way for me to be as real as I've ever been, but with people who finally smile and clap instead of squint and, So, okay, let's read here. I definitely love being your well-engaged fan. Well, you have been here from the beginning, I think, like really early on when I started making content. So that's pretty impressive. It's been one of the longest relationships I've had with the band, Ray. I'm not gonna lie. And I remember I mailed something to you too, right? So you actually own something of mine. So your vids have got me interested in going back to the club, says Ray. So that's good. That's good, because there's a lot of clubs all around the different countries and stuff in different states. I know that they're not all the same, and there's even some that I've heard in the UK that have age limits on men and stuff. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm sure they're not all warm and fuzzy the way I talk about some of the clubs here in the Toronto area, but take a look. There's usually something around, and there's a lifestyle around you, whether or not there's a club. So there's usually hotel takeovers that basically are these events where swingers, for one night or whatever, have this giant party in a hotel on a floor, and that's basically your club, right? So for the night. So there's ways to be involved in this lifestyle, even if you don't have a club in your city. Yeah, use Google. I mean, it's the best tool you got. All right. So DJ Slim said, everything. This site is an amazing information provider. I admit your personal story is enchanting. I love the word enchanting. Thanks for being the voice you are. Well, that is very sweet. I do like to give information, and I do like to give it constructively. I hope that none of my content, I do vent and stuff just like anybody else, but for the most part, I think everybody is well-intentioned humans for the most part who have nice You know, they're just trying to find their own joy and their own happiness. And I try to convey to people how to achieve that without shaming people. Like, for example, if I'm doing a video on how to eat a woman out, I'm not going to start by saying how terrible men are at it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm going to say, oh, well, this is the biggest area of opportunity for improvement, because that's like a different way of communicating that this is something that's lacking. So I hope that you enjoy that. The information I provide is also channeled through a kind heart and somebody who genuinely wants to help people, and I'm not trying to shame people at all. Gary says, your experienced knowledge and how you treat a lady within the scene. That is true, on how you treat a lady within the scene. It's true. I hope that I've improved the experience for even other single women who have gotten maybe more quality interactions in this lifestyle. Maybe they were treated a little better by a couple who picked them up because they saw one of my videos about how far it can go to make us feel special by even just buying us a drink or getting us a towel at the club or whatever it is, like those little chivalry acts. So I hope someone comments and says, hey, you know, I have noticed that men are more gentleman-y or whatever, but I don't know if that's too much to ask. Raven says, what did I get? I found my kindred soul sister. It's true. I have to say, Raven and I met from my YouTube channel. She is obviously on my channel a lot. And I've never played with her. So we've never been sexual together. And that's what's funny about this lifestyle is not everyone is in it just to have sex. People are in it to make friends with people who think sex is fun. Okay. And so to find Raven at the time I did was a fucking blessing. And yeah, just the journey continues, but my goodness, it's nice to have someone who gets you. And yeah, it's fun. Ray says, LOL, yay, I was the first person to get your stickers too. Still got it, girl. Oh, that's so sweet. Yeah, I do. I send stickers of Toronto Unicorn. I even have one on the back of my phone. Toronto Unicorn sticker, right? So I send them to people who buy things from me, or like from me personally, or I send gifts to. Yeah, well, I've really loved hanging out with you guys. I think that if we do get this Discord channel up and running, I'm gonna have to see if we could get something going there, because if we could even have a more regular hangout day, like I was thinking maybe like even Mondays, because I don't go to the club usually Mondays. Maybe I could have like a regular hangout. So that's something I'm open to. All right, so Patrick says, I have no self-confidence to go to a sex club as I have become obese, but sometimes when I watch your videos, I feel maybe I can go. Patrick, honey, I used to be a size 7. Okay, I have gotten large too, and I love it because I own it now, and I feel good about loving my body no matter what. And I don't care if I gain 5 pounds, and I don't give a shit if someone on the internet thinks that they need to tell me that they don't like how I look. Like, in my opinion, their darkness is showing, their insecurity is showing, not mine. So in a way, I just pity those people, because they're demonstrating on the internet that they're so offended that somebody could be plus size and not ashamed of it. They're so offended. And I'm like, oh, they're there, as I pet their little heads and then kick them the fuck off my channel. All right. So Patrick, I've got to say, obesity can hold us back. It can make us a little less attractive in the attractiveness pool. I get it. My best advice is I like to call, accessorize the outfit you've got, meaning you work with what you've got. If you are a size, I don't know how big, size 20, size 24, whatever, you go buy a nice set of pants, like a nice shirt that you feel good in at that size, and you rock it. Like, get a nice haircut. You maybe some people like get their teeth whitened. You do things that you can do, even if it's not losing weight, because I know how fucking hard it is. I have been very heavy and down and up and down in my whole life. I have, I've been there. I just know that you can just live in the body you've got and stop waiting for permission to live when you decide that you've got a body that society accepts. Fuck that shit. The time is now. I also have a second YouTube channel called TorontoUnicorn's Everything Drawer, and I am starting to make more motivational content there, because there is a few topics I'd like to cover, such as how to live in your body, how to accept your body. And so hopefully, Patrick, you can actually hit up some of those videos, because I'm not going to lie, it's a journey to self-love, but when you get there and no one can take it from you. So There you go. Patrick, so Raven says, Patrick, the confidence comes from being there. It does. It does. I got more self-confident, more as a single woman, I think, because I felt attractive there when in normal society, I don't think I would have as much. Patrick says, I like to voyeur and your channel gives me a glimpse into the lifestyle. You're also kind of cute. It shows up on camera. Oh, that's so sweet. I'm also a voyeur. I love to watch and I also love to yammer after. So for me, it's like I get to go to these clubs and watch like this crazy shit and then come back here and be like, oh my God, this is what I saw. And then you guys all get to enjoy it too. So that's good. Yeah, all right. I like what Ray said. It's true. Definitely go, Patrick. Your friends are there. I think that's what I learned in this lifestyle too, is that you need to enter the lifestyle as a single person if you are a single person and not wait for somebody else, because you do not need to wait for a partner. Even if you think that you couldn't possibly because you'd be so nervous or whatever, stop holding yourself fucking back. Like, honestly, like it's really, yeah, you might have a fucking awkward time and then you might have an awkward time after that, but you're going to see cool shit. You're going to learn about it. You're going to have, it's almost like be a little bit of an anthropologist if you need to, as a way of going there under a safety net of, I'm just going to go and experience it. I'm not going to go and think it means whether or not I'm going to be successful or not. I'm just going to go and take a fucking look, you know? So anyways, yeah, I think that's all of the answers. I'm sorry if I missed any of your comments. I really did hope to capture most of them there. Thank you for hanging out with me tonight. It was not planned, and I got a little stoned, and I was like, fine, I'll do my makeup so that I can hang out with my friends, because I was like, I don't know, I was not in makeup all day. And then now, yeah. So I'm actually going to be popping over to my fan page right now because I have a special group of people over who, you know, see the rest of me. And I'm going to finish this live stream off there so that I can say goodnight to them and in a little bit more of an uninhibited way. So I know it always sounds like I'm hustling. Well, honey, this is my business. I got to hustle. I also love to be uncensored. I love to talk. I love to swear. I love to be blunt and bold and provocative. And I can't do that as much on YouTube as I can on my fan page. So if you would like to come, the link is in my bio. You can also find it on TorontoUnicorn.com. Patrick, I hope you do. I really do. If you also do, Patrick, send me a message on my fan page saying thanks for the live stream, and I will send you a discount for the next few months. Okay. Okay. Awesome. Thank you so much, guys. I'm going to be jumping over to my fan page now. So if anyone wants to come with me, you know where to find me.